Welcome to Midnight Murmurs. Before watching, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel.
The silence of a house at 3 a.m. is never really silent, is it? It's a silence thick with anticipation, where every little noise feels like a warning. Every mundane routine becomes a ritual, a countdown to something you can't quite name. Tonight, for me, it was the bathroom ritual. The harsh, cold, white tile under my feet, the sterile scent of cleanser still hanging in the air, and that unforgiving fluorescent light overhead buzzing softly. I stood before the mirror, just doing the usual late-night scrutiny, tired eyes staring back at me. The shadow of a stressful day etched onto my face. Nothing out of the ordinary. I washed my face, rinsed the foam away, and reached for the switch. Flick. Darkness. That instant blindness that lasts only a fraction of a second before your eyes adjust to the faint ambient light bleeding in from the hallway. But tonight, that fraction of a second felt like it stretched into an hour. Because in that split second, I saw something that shouldn't have been there. The bathroom was pitch black, yet I saw a silhouette standing exactly where I had just been. It was my shape, my frame. It hadn't followed me out of the frame of the glass. It stayed. The shock blocked my lungs. My hand, trembling, fumbled for the light switch again. Click! Harsh white light flooded the room, and there I was, reflected perfectly, my reflection copying my frantic, panicked stance. My heart was pounding against my ribs like a drum. It was a trick of the light. It had to be. Sleep deprivation. The brain playing games with an overtired mind. I forced myself to believe it, turning around, ready to bolt from the room. But the doubt lingered, a cold hand gripping the back of my neck, whispering that I was wrong. I took a deep, shaky breath, my back to the mirror. I had to know. I had to prove myself right. And so I did it again. Flick, darkness. But this time, I was ready. I turned off the light and immediately stepped back, putting myself well clear of the mirror's field of vision, pressing my back against the cool hallway wall, my eyes strained in the gloom, focusing on the large, dark rectangle of the mirror. And there it was, unmoving, a faint, gray image of me, perfectly still, occupying the exact center of the glass. The shape was unmistakable. It was me. But this time, it wasn't just standing there. This time, it was smiling. A slow, wide, unnatural grin that stretched my reflected features into something alien and utterly wrong. It wasn't a scared smile or a happy one. It was predatory, knowing. It was a smile that said, "I've been waiting for you." A primal scream was trapped in my throat. I needed to break it, to shatter the glass, and erase that phantom, that grotesque mockery of myself. But my limbs wouldn't move. They were cemented to the floor by the sheer, undiluted dread pouring from that static image in the dark. And then a voice, not through my ears, but inside my head. You left me here, it said, and I like it here. I stood rooted in the darkness of the doorway, a prisoner in my own home, watching my reflection. It wasn't static anymore. Ever so slowly, it started to raise a hand, its hand, waving goodbye to the real me, the one standing paralyzed in the dark hallway. It was trapped in that glass world, yes, but it was watching me leave, watching me walk away from the vessel it now inhabited, and I knew, with an absolute, horrifying certainty, that this wasn't a one-time thing. Every time I flicked that switch, every time I plunged that room into darkness, it would be there, waiting, smiling that terrible, knowing smile. It had claimed that space, that moment between light and dark. It had claimed my own reflection. I stumbled back, away from the bathroom door, my body finally obeying my frantic commands to flee. I ran to my bedroom and didn't look back. The sun eventually came up, but the light brought no comfort. The image was burned into my mind, the waving hand, the predatory smile. I've never turned that bathroom light off again. Sometimes, late at night, I stand in the hallway and just stare at the sliver of bright light coming from under the door. I know it's in there, just on the other side of the glass, waiting patiently in the reflection, living in the light, waiting for the dark, waiting for me to make a mistake, waiting for me to forget. But I will never forget. You can't forget the moment you realize you are no longer alone in your own reflection.